Hello students, welcome to AJ Akshara Academy YouTube channel. In this session, I am going to discuss thermal properties of matter, problems on thermal expansion of gases. Part 1. If you like this video, please like, share and subscribe to our channel. Please share your valuable comments in the comment section. Okay, let us go to the first question. In this question, if a given mass of a gas occupies a volume 100 cubic centimeter at 1 atmospheric pressure and a temperature of 100 degree centigrade, what will be its volume at 4 atmospheric pressure, the temperature being the same? Here they given volume V1 100 cubic centimeter and pressure 1 atmospheric pressure and temperature they given as 100 degree centigrade. We have to calculate volume at 4 atmospheric pressure. Okay, let us go to the solution. Here in this question given V1 is equals to 100 cc cubic centimeter and they given P1 is equals to 1 atmospheric pressure 1 atm atmospheric pressure. T1 is equals to they given as 100 degree centigrade. We are converting into Kelvin by adding 273. So 100 plus 273 that is equals to 373 Kelvin. Now we have to calculate V2. P2 is equals to they given as 4 atmospheric pressure and T2 is equals to they said that the temperature being the same. So T1 T2 are same. T1 is equals to 373 Kelvin and T2 is also equal to 373 Kelvin. According to Boyle's law, pressure is inversely proportional to volume. According to Boyle's law, P is inversely proportional to volume. So from this, PV is equals to constant. PV is equals to constant. So therefore, P1 V1 is equals to P2 V2. Now we have to calculate V2. So V2 is equals to, this can be written as P1 V1 by P2. Substituting the values, P1 nothing but 1, V1 nothing but 100 and P2 nothing but 4. So that implies V2 is equals to 100 by 4. So it gives 4 ones, 425. So V2 is equals to 25 centimeter cube. Therefore V2 is equals to 25 centimeter cube. Volume at 4 atmospheric pressure is 25 centimeter cube. Okay, next we will go to the next question. How much should the pressure of the gas be increased to decrease the volume by 10% at constant temperature? Now here we have to calculate pressure of the gas. Increase it to, we are decreasing the volume by 10% at constant temperature. Okay, let us go to the solution. Given V1 is equals to V and V2 is equals to V minus 10% of V. So this V minus 10 by 100 into V. So by taking LCM we are getting 100V minus 10V by 100. 100 minus 10, 90. So V2 is equals to 90 by 100 into V. So 0 0 gets cancels. So that implies V2 is equals to 9 by 10 into V. Now we have to calculate increase pressure of the gas be increase. So P2 minus P1 by P1 into 100 we have to calculate. So as P is inversely proportional to V, from Boyle's law PV is equals to constant. So this we are writing P2 minus P1 by P1 into 100, that is equals to K by V2 minus K by V1 by K by V1 into 100. So now this K gets cancels, taking LCM. This implies V1 minus V2 by V1 V2. Here we are cancelling K in the numerator and the denominator by 1 by V1. Now V1 also gets cancels, and next we are writing this V1 minus V2 by V2 into 100. Now we are substituting values. V2 nothing but 9 by 10 V. So P2 minus P1 by P1 into 100, that implies V1 nothing but V, and V2 nothing but 9 by 10 of V by 9 by 10 of V. Here we are taking entire common. So V gets cancels. This 10 taking LCM, 10V minus 9V by 10 by 9V by 10 into 100. Here 10 cancel, and 10V minus 9V V. So V by 9V into 100. So that implies V gets cancels, 100 by 9. So 100 by 9 is equals to 11.11%. So the final answer is P2 minus P1 P2 minus P1 by P1 into 100 is equals to 11.11%. This is the final answer. Okay. Next we'll go to the next question. A bubble rises from the bottom of a lake 90 meters depth. On reaching the surface, its volume becomes, here we have to take atmospheric pressure equal to 10 meters of water. So now let us go to the solution. Here, for example, this is assume that it is a lake, and it is here dotted lines represents water, and here they given the depth of lake, that is height, that is equals to 90 meters, and here we have to take atmospheric pressure is equals to 10 meters, that is H is equals to 10 meters of water. And here object, this is the bubble, V1 is equals to V. Now here we have to calculate V2. P1 is equals to H plus H meters of water. According to Boyle's law, P1 V1 is equals to P2 V2. According to Boyle's law, P1 V1 is equals to P2 V2. Now substituting the values, P1 nothing but H plus H into V1 is equal to V and H V2. So they given as height, here depth of the lake 90. So 90 plus 10 into V is equals to 10 V2. Now here V2 is equals to 90 plus 10, how much? 100. V2 is equals to 100 V by 10. 0 0 gets cancels. Therefore V2 is equals to, its volume becomes 10 times the initial volume. So V2 is equals to 10 V. Okay. Next we will go to the next question. An air bubble rises from the bottom to the surface of lake and it is found that its diameter is doubled. If the height of the water barometer is 11 meters, the depth of the lake in meters. Here we have to calculate the depth of the lake. Now let us go to the solution. Here they given diameter is doubled. So now first R1 is equals to R and R2 is equals to 2R. Suppose here for example this is the lake and here this water dotted line represents the water. Here we have to calculate depth of the lake, that is H height of this water we have to calculate. Here this is the an air bubble, R1 is equals to R, and here pressure, the height of water barometer is 11 meters. They given 11 meters, that is P2 is equals to H is equals to, they given as 11 meters of water and diameter is doubled. So R2 is equals to 2R. According to Boyle's law, P1 V1 is equals to P2 V2. According to Boyle's law, P1 V1 is equals to P2 V2. Now substituting P1 nothing but H plus H of V1 nothing but here 4 volume of this sphere nothing but 4 pi 3 pi r1 cube, 4 by 3 pi r cube. So here r1 cube, and next here H into 4 by 3 V2 nothing but R2, that is 4 by 3 pi R2 cube. So here 4 by 3 and 4 by 3 pi will cancel, and next H they given as 11. 11 plus H into R cube, R1 nothing but R and R2 2R. Substituting values, then we get 11 2R whole cube. So 10 plus H, here 11 plus H into R cube, here 11 into 2R cube nothing but 8R cube. R cube gets cancels. 11 plus H is equals to 11 into 8. So 11 plus H is equals to 11 8 88. So H is equals to 88 minus 11. So H is equals to 77 meters. The depth of the lake or height is equals to, therefore height H is equals to 77 meters. Okay, next we will go to the next question. The volume that a gas occupies at 343 Kelvin, if its volume at minus 25 degree centigrade is 77.5 liters. Assume pressure remains constant. Here they given as temperature minus 25 degree centigrade. The volume that a gas occupies 343 Kelvin, if its volume at minus 25 degree centigrade is 7.5 liters. Now let us go to the solution. The given T1 is equals to 25 degree centigrade. Here we are converted into kelvins, so that is 273 minus 25, so it becomes 248 kelvin. In terms of centigrade minus 25 centigrade, in terms of kelvin 248 kelvin. And next V1 they given as 7.5 liters and T2 they given as 343 Kelvin. How much volume occupies at 343 kelvins? We have to calculate. So V2 is equals to question mark. According to Charles' law, volume is directly proportional to absolute temperature when pressure remains constant. So according to Charles' law, V is directly proportional to T. P remains constant, pressure remains constant. So from this relation we are getting V1 by V2 is equals to T1 by T2. So now substituting values, V1 nothing but 7.5 by V2, that is equals to T1 248 and T2 they given as 343. So now taking cross multiplication, V2 is equals to, we are getting 7.5 into 343 by 248. So by cancellation, after doing this, we are getting finally 10.29 liters. This is the final volume. V2 is equals to 10.29 liters. Okay. Next we will go to the next question. A car tire has air at 1.5 atmosphere pressure at 300 Kelvin. If pressure increases to 1.75 atmospheric pressure with volume same, the temperature will be. Here we have to calculate final temperature. Now let us go to the solution. Given P1 is equals to 1.5 atmospheric pressure. So P1 is equals to 1.5 atm atmospheric pressure, and P2 they given as 1.75 atm, and T1 they given as 300 kelvins. We have to calculate the value of T2 and final temperature. P is directly proportional to T. Pressure is directly proportional to temperature. So from this relation, P1 by P2 is equals to T1 by T2. Now substituting values, P1 nothing but 1.5, P2 1.75, that is equals to 300 by T2. Now taking cross multiplication, T2 is equals to, we are writing T2 is equals to 300 into 1.75 by 1.5. So T2 is equals to 300 into 1.75, we are getting 525 by 1.5. So after division, final temperature is 350 kelvins. So therefore T2 is equals to 350 kelvins. This is the final answer. Okay. Next we'll go to the next question. A gas at 627 degrees centigrade is cooled that its pressure becomes 1/3 of its initial value at constant volume. Its final temperature is, here we have to calculate a final temperature, and they given temperature at 627 degrees centigrade, gas is cooled that its pressure becomes 1/3 of its initial value. Here they said that volume is remains constant. Okay, next, now we'll go to the solution. T1 is equals to, they given us in terms of centigrade, that is 627, we are converting into Kelvin by adding 273. So T1 is equals to 273 plus 627, that is equals to 900 kelvins. So P1 is equals to P, and P2 is equals to, they given 1/3 of its value, so 1/3 of P, and T2 is equals to question mark. We have to calculate final temperature. P is directly proportional to T. So from this relation, P1 by T1 is equals to P2 by T2. So now next, T2 is equals to P2 T2 by P1. Now substituting values, P2 nothing but P by 3, and T1 they given as 900 by P1 nothing but P. P gets cancels, so that is equals to 900 by 3. 3 ones 3 300s. So T2 is equals to, we are getting 300 Kelvin. Therefore final temperature T2 is equals to 300 Kelvin. Okay, next we'll go to the next question. At what temperature will the volume of a gas be twice the volume at 27 degrees centigrade at a given pressure? Here we have to calculate at what temperature the volume of the gas be twice the volume at 27 degree centigrade at a given pressure. Okay, now let us go to the solution. Here they given V1 is equals to V, and T1 is equals to 27 degrees centigrade, converting into Kelvin, adding 273. So 273 plus 27, it becomes 300 Kelvin. So V2 is equals to they given as twice the volume. So 2V and T2 is equals to question mark. V is directly proportional to T. So from this relation we are writing V1 by V2 is equals to T1 by T2. So V1 they given as V and V2 they given as 2V. So that is equals to T1 they given as 300 and T2 we have to calculate T2. V gets cancels, taking cross multiplication T2 is equals to 300 into 2 600 kelvins, or we can convert in terms of centigrade, that is T2 minus 273. We have to subtract 273, so that implies 600 minus 273, that is equals to 327 degree centigrade. So in terms of Kelvin 600 Kelvin, in terms of centigrade the final temperature is T2 is equals to 327 degree centigrade. Okay, next we will go to the next question. If the temperature of a gas is increased by 1 Kelvin at constant pressure, its volume increases by 0.0035 of the initial volume. The temperature of the gas is, here we have to calculate the temperature of the gas. Now let us go to the solution. Here they given increasing temperature, that is change in temperature, delta T is equals to 1 Kelvin. So delta T is equals to 1 Kelvin and delta V they given as 0.0035 of initial volume, that is of V. T is equals to question mark. We have to calculate T and V is equals to V same. So as V is proportionality to absolute temperature, so delta V by V is equals to delta T by T. Now substituting the values, delta V nothing but 0.0035 by V, that is equals to delta T they given as 1 and T we have to calculate. Here V gets cancels. Now taking cross multiplication, T is equals to 1 by 0.0035. So this can be written as 1000 by 3.5. So that is equals to, we are getting 285.7 kelvins. After division we are getting temperature T is equals to 285.7 Kelvin. This is the final answer. Okay, next we will go to the next question. A cylinder contains a gas at temperature of 27 degrees centigrade and a pressure of 1 megapascals. If the temperature of the gas is lowered to minus 23 degrees centigrade, the change in pressure. Here we have to calculate change in pressure. They given 27 degrees centigrade temperature and pressure 1 megapascals. Okay, now let us go to the solution. Given T1 is equals to 27 degrees centigrade, converting into kelvins, adding 273, 27 plus 273, it gives 300 kelvins. P1 is equals to 1 megapascals, they given us 1 megapascals, and T2 is equals to, they given us lower to minus 23 degrees centigrade. So 273 minus 23, that is equals to 250 kelvins. We have to calculate change in pressure. Delta P is equals to P2 minus P1, we have to calculate. So P2 by P1 is equals to T2 by T1. Here this one we are writing subtracting minus 1 both sides. So P2 minus P1 minus 1, that is equals to T2 by T1 minus 1. Here P2 by P1 minus 1, that is equals to T2 by T1 minus 1. Now taking LCM, P2 minus P1 by P1, that is equals to T2 minus T1 by T1. Now P2 minus P1 is equals to delta P. So this delta P is equals to P2 minus P1 is equals to, now taking cross multiplication, so T2 minus T1 by T1 into this P1, here we are writing P1. So now substituting values, T2 nothing but 250 minus T1 300 by T1 300 into P1 they given as 1. So 250 minus 300 minus 50 by 300, 0 0 gets cancels, 5 ones 5 6. So that is equals to minus 1 by 6 megapascals. So therefore change in pressure delta P is equals to, we are getting minus 1 by 6 megapascals. Okay, here minus nothing but a negative sign indicates decrease in pressure. So modulus of delta P is equals to, therefore modulus of delta P is equals to 1 by 6 megapascals. Here this negative sign indicates decrease in pressure. So modulus of delta P is equals to 1 by 6 megapascals. This is the final answer. Okay. Next we will go to the next question. A vessel containing 10 liters of air under a pressure of 1 megapascal is connected to a 4 liter empty vessel. The final air pressure in the vessel, assuming that the temperature is constant. Here we have to calculate the final pressure. Temperature is constant. Now let us go to the solution. They given V1 is equals to 10 liters and P1 is equals to 1 megapascals and V2 is equals to 4 liters. P2 is equals to 0. Suppose here this is a vessel containing, here we are taking P1, V1 and here P2, V2. When two vessels are connected, here these two vessels are connected, then PV is equals to P1 V1 plus P2 V2. When two vessels are connected, then PV is equals to P1 V1 plus P2 V2, or P is equals to, this can be written as P1 V1 plus P2 V2 by V. So now substituting values, P is equals to P1 they given as 10 and P2 they given as P1 is equals to 10 into 1 by P2 nothing but 0, V2 4 by 10 plus 4, V1 plus V2. Here P is equals to P1 V1 by P2 V2 by V. V nothing but here we are writing V1 plus V2. So P is equals to P1 V1 plus V2, P2 V2 by V1 plus V2. Now we are substituting 10 into 1 plus 0 into 4. V1 plus V2 they given us 10 plus 4. So here 4 into 0, 0. 10 into 1, 10. 10 plus 4, 14. So 10 by 14. That is equals to 2 5s, 2 7 ja. 5 by 7 megapascals. So therefore final pressure 5 by 7 megapascals. Therefore final pressure P is equals to 5 by 7 megapascals. Okay, next we'll go to the next question. Two closed vessels of equal volume contain air at 105 kilopascals at 300 Kelvin and are connected through a narrow tube. If one of the vessels is now maintained at 300 kelvins and the other at 400 Kelvin, then the pressure becomes. Here we have to calculate the pressure at 400 kelvins, that is the final pressure. So now they given two closed vessels of equal volumes, nothing but V1 is equals to V2 is equals to V, and they given pressure 105 kilopascals at 300 kelvins and through a narrow tube. If one of the vessel is now maintained at 300 Kelvin, the other at 400 Kelvin, then the pressure becomes. So now let us go to the solution. Here given V1 is equals to V2 is equals to V and P1 is equals to P2 is equals to, they given as 105 kilopascals and T1 is equals to T2 is equals to, they given as 300 kelvins and T2 dash they given as 400 kelvins and T1 dash they given as 300 kelvins. So now P1 V1 by T1 is plus P2 V2 by T2 is equals to P dash V by T1 dash plus P dash V by T2 dash. Now this we can write as, here they given equal volumes and pressures they given as, one is P, other one is T2P. Here substituting the values PV by T plus V1 V2 is equals to V and P1 P2 is also equal to P. So substituting the values, then we get PV by T plus PV by T, that is equals to P dash V. Here V is common, we can take V as a common, then we get 1 by T1 dash plus 1 by T2 dash. Okay, now next PV by T plus PV by T we can written as 2 PV by T is equals to P dash V of 1 by T1 dash plus 1 by T2 dash. Here V gets cancels and now substituting the values, they given as 105 kilopascals by temperature 300 Kelvin, that is equals to P dash of T1 dash and T2 dash, they given as T1 dash 300 Kelvin and T2 dash 400 Kelvins. Okay, now substituting here 2 into 105 kilopascals we are taking LCM. P dash of 400 plus 300 by 12, 120,000. Now 400 plus 300, how much? 700. Here 105 into 2, 210 kilopascals by 300. Here we are cancelling, here 0 0 and here 0 0. 3 ones are 3 fours are. So 210 kilopascals is equals to P dash of 700 by, here the remaining one is 400. 0 0 0 0 gets cancels. Here 7 ones are 7 threes are. So that implies P dash is equals to, taking cross multiplication, here 7 3 is 21, 0. 4 into 30, 120. So P dash is equals to 120 kilopascals. Therefore, final pressure P dash is equals to 120 kilopascals. This is the final answer. Okay. Thanks for watching this video.